Morgan kills a zombie with a stick and then searches through the zombies, killing them for 3 days in a row just to store supplies. His intention was to return to the place he came from. Althea was eager to accompany him back, and they arrived at a bridge together. After the events at the baseball field, John, Naomi, and Charlie had settled there. Morgan's purpose for coming was to bid farewell to John and invite them to join him at the kingdom. However, John, content with the sweet days spent with Naomi, declined the invitation. Morgan respected his decision. At a mansion, Victor, Luciana, and Alicia had made their home. Victor, particularly, seemed to save her life. Luciana even enjoyed music, and she informed Morgan that Alicia had been killing zombies for 2 weeks straight. Despite Morgan's invitation, Victor declined to join him. Sure enough, Alicia was in a spot where the zombies were coming closer, banging on the railing.
Alicia, we need to talk.
Can't, not now.
Morgan even wondered if Alicia was so irritated that she vented every day. Alicia, however, explained that she attracted zombies to search for clues. Recently, zombies had notes pinned to them seeking help, and Alicia felt compelled to assist those in need. As Morgan is packing up, Alicia reaches out to him because she's found a clue and wants Morgan to come with her. They make their way to a lumberyard where the notes are pinned up all over the place, so maybe the person in need is inside the house. They walk in and see a dozen zombies standing outside the room. Morgan then bangs on the car to lure the zombies in. Alicia saw an opportunity. However, upon reaching the room, they found that the people inside had turned into zombies, leaving Alicia distressed. Alicia sought meaningful activities daily to alleviate her pain, inspired by Madison's message to help others. On the other side of the bridge, Charlie, who was reading a book, suddenly stood up in shock when a zombie came out of the river and walked towards her. Charlie didn't call for help, but slowly backed away. Naomi was also on the bridge, shouting anxiously. Luckily, Althea arrived in time to take care of the zombies. On the bridge, they encountered a strange phenomenon. The river had suddenly become infested with numerous zombies in the past 2 days. John asserted that there must be an issue upstream, prompting the need for investigation. With John injured, Althea and Naomi naturally took on the task. However, they faced a problem not far into their journey. A massive tree trunk blocked the road. They looked around vigilantly but found no one. Yet, at the roadside, a box appeared, containing various survival supplies, seemingly deliberately placed. While John was napping, Charlie grabbed her luggage and decided to leave the place. Her heart was in pain. After all, she was just a kid, and on impulse she did so many things that she was ashamed of. When the zombies approached, she didn't resist, perhaps seeking redemption through death. On the other side, Althea and Naomi also noticed the situation. The upstream bridge showed no issues, but the unexplained events hinted at an impending, dreadful occurrence. They hurriedly turned back. Minutes later, the sky unleashed heavy rain. John, realizing Charlie's absence, joined Victor in a search. Meanwhile, Morgan continued his guidance to Alicia. Alicia had no choice but to say,
"I said I'll be fine!"
And they parted ways. Unbeknownst to them, an unprecedented and terrifying storm was approaching. Even the armored vehicle couldn't navigate such a path. Suddenly, the armored vehicle was subjected to various impacts. It turned out that the wind had sent zombies flying through the air. This group of zombies was enjoying a meal on the highway when a violent gust of wind swept them away. Texas was hit by an unprecedented storm. In an abandoned house, a woman wielding a weapon appeared. The first rule of survival in the post-apocalyptic world: always check for zombies before entering a house. Alicia knocked on the door frame, but there was no sign of movement inside. When she got to the kitchen, a zombie came out slowly, and Alicia didn't panic. She was as calm as a killing machine. By the time she's dragging the body to the door, another female zombie is coming towards Alicia. Alicia sidesteps and backhandedly nails the zombie to the doorframe. Without waiting to retrieve her weapon, Alicia discovered more zombies inside. She casually picked up an ornament and effortlessly killed it. It's a smooth, clean move. Alicia dragged the 4 bodies out and placed them in the doorway. She looked at the family photo on the wall and fell into deep thought. Perhaps, like everyone else, she missed her own family. To avoid dwelling in sorrow, Alicia carefully stored the photos next to the bodies and securely reinforced the door. While searching for useful supplies, A noise suddenly emanated from upstairs. Alicia, weapon in hand, ascended cautiously. After opening a room, she found nothing. Peering out of the window, she saw a zombie hanging from a tree branch, blown there by the strong wind. At that moment, Alicia felt someone running behind her. As Alicia was about to open a closet door, a figure darted out, and she swiftly tackled her to the ground. It was Charlie. Alicia was momentarily stunned. Her mind went blank. Seizing the opportunity, Charlie quickly ran to the room and locked the door. Fate worked in mysterious ways. A storm forced enemies to seek refuge in the same house.
Why are you here? You can't be here. Did you follow me?
Alicia's aloof from the zombies, but Charlie's got her all upset. Alicia just wants to get out of here because she's afraid she can't help but kill Charlie, and that's something her mother wouldn't want. The car door that won't open is also making Alicia very cranky. When Alicia woke up and found herself in the house again, she went to the door of the room with her weapon again.
Why did you do that? I know you're in there! Why won't you just say something? Alright, if you're not gonna talk, then listen. My mom died saving me. Because you led Mel and Ennis to the place we built. Because you lied to us. And then you shot my brother. I couldn't do anything but watch him die. Watch him realize he was going to die. I can't send you out there. But if you're in this house with me, then I'll probably kill you. You may be a kid, Charlie. But you know what you did. See, I hope you live to a ripe old age. So you have to remember what you did.
After confessing everything, Alicia's emotions gradually calmed. Outside, the wooden boards relentlessly battered the windows. Alicia wanted to secure them, but doing it alone was impossible. She suddenly noticed that the 4 bodies, once dragged outside, were now covered with sheets. Even the discarded photos were gone. Clearly, Charlie had done this. She took out each photo and wiped them clean with a cloth. Charlie didn't know these people, but she wanted to leave something for them if they had family. Charlie wasn't inherently malicious. Initially, her deception of Madison and the others was to impress Melvin, the one who took her in. She didn't anticipate the catastrophic consequences. When she learned that Ennis was killed by Nick, she shot him on impulse. And all this time Charlie has been living in remorse and self-blame. They worked well together the first time, but the sound of the boards being nailed down was so loud that it attracted a lot of zombies and they had to go back inside for a while. Alicia saw that Charlie's clothes were soaked, and she was shivering from the cold. The cold Alicia, with a hint of helplessness and perhaps a little pity or heartache, spoke in the coldest tone of concern.
Give me your coat. Trying to do the right thing here.
But all Charlie wanted to do was run away. Charlie was visibly taken aback and could only take off his jacket. Alicia realized why Charlie didn't want to take off his coat.
It's the same gun you... I told you you couldn't be here. Did you come here to kill me? Is that it? Get me before I could get you! Get out of here. Go.
Alicia felt a sense of collapse. In the face of zombies and ruthless criminals, she could be ruthless, but when it came to Charlie, she couldn't bring herself to act. Watching the zombies outside the window, Charlie gently opened it, as if she had made a decision. Downstairs, Alicia immediately sensed that something was amiss. Charlie approached the zombies slowly, terrified in her heart, but the guilt within her fueled her courage. Fortunately, Alicia arrived just in time. Alicia now understood that the pistol wasn't meant to kill her but was prepared by Charlie for herself. Charlie asked, "Why did you save me? Do you want me to feel guilty for the rest of my life?" Alicia replied, "You'll remember it for the rest of your life. And forgiveness isn't that easy to come by, and I won't say I forgive you."
You don't get off the hook that easy. What did you think I was gonna say? I saved you because I see something in you? Not from me.
There was no longer a tense atmosphere between them, and they shared a dinner together. As the storm intensified, the windows shattered, and even the zombies were blown away. With the wind growing stronger, Alicia quickly took Charlie to the basement for cover. Little did they know that this decision would plunge them into another crisis. Upon entering the basement, they found water flooding the stairs. Alicia quickly led Charlie back, but a tremendous force knocked Alicia into the water. Even the entrance was blocked by fallen debris. When they came out of the water, they looked at the exit, which is not humanly possible to open. Normally there would be a floor door on the other side, but the floor door is securely fastened by chains. The tiny window was also the last hope to be cut off, and the water in the basement was increasing, so that they could only stand on the crates. Charlie cried and said,
I don't want to die. I don't want to become one of them. And they came back. You know that, so please just do it.
Alicia, pulling out a pistol, aimed it at Charlie's head. In that moment, Alicia's mind went to Nick, the people on the baseball field, and her protective mother. The opportunity for revenge was right in front of her, and Alicia struggled internally. Ultimately, she lowered the gun, even though it was Charlie's own request. Alicia couldn't bring herself to do it. Just then, a loud noise echoed, as if something had collided with the door above. Alicia swam over to take a look, and the door had already collapsed from the impact. The door had unexpectedly opened. They didn't have time to contemplate. Escaping was the priority. As they stared at the scene in front of them, they were dumbfounded. The one saving them turned out to be the zombie hanging from the tree. The zombies, blown onto the iron door by the strong wind, indirectly saved them. The next day, with the storm past, Alicia buried those few zombies at the doorstep. In the ruins, Charlie found Alicia's personalized weapon. Human nature is strange, despite many questioning why Charlie wasn't killed. This is a weakness of human nature. A child, tormented by a grave mistake made in a moment of impulsiveness, constantly suffers. She even contemplates using her death as redemption. Anyone in Alicia's shoes would likely struggle the same way. In this apocalyptic world, they are all equally pitiful. Their priority now is to see what's happening to the others. Arriving at the estate, it is equally chaotic, with no sign of anyone. Morgan's truck is also empty. Even John's dwelling on the bridge was overturned by the strong winds. Charlie, with high spirits, says, "We'll find them." However, Alicia, more pessimistic, believes they might already be dead. What they don't know is that, when the storm arrived, John and Victor went out to find Charlie. Luciana also ventured out on her own. Althea and Naomi are on the armored vehicle, and Morgan, when the storm was just beginning, thought it was just regular rain and was preparing to find shelter. Here, a zombie is wandering about. Without waiting for Morgan to act, it seems to be a delivery truck for a logistics company. The driver's cabin door won't open, so Morgan resorts to tapping on the cargo hold door to make noise. No zombies inside. Now reassured, Morgan enters the cargo hold. Inside, it's filled with boxes, each labeled with "Take what you need, leave what you don't." It seems like a kind gesture from a stranger to help others. Sure enough, there's food, drinks, and even toys inside. Eating chocolate, wrapped in a blanket. It seems Morgan will spend the night here. The next morning, a noise wakes Morgan up. A zombie is outside the door. Morgan easily deals with the zombie and opens the door. The weather seems vastly different from yesterday, and the surroundings are unusually unfamiliar. This is a gas station. Looking at the sign, Morgan is puzzled. Yesterday, he was in Texas, and today he's in Mississippi. There's only one explanation. While he was sleeping, the truck was driven here. Morgan enters the gas station. It's quiet, with no zombies or living people in sight. There's a variety of supplies. Then, a voice comes over the radio.
Hello. I think I hitched a ride accidentally in the back of a semi. I've somehow found myself at this truck stop.
Which location?
Think it's Mississippi.
Sweet syrup on a short stack. That's farther than I thought. Make yourself at home. You know what we say. Take what you need, leave what you don't.
Although Morgan can't fathom the reasons behind it, he speculates it's an organization specifically helping strangers. Morgan subsequently encounters a brother and sister. According to Wendell, they are twins. Sarah says, "The person talking to you on the radio was my colleague. Before the apocalypse, they worked in logistics, knew where the warehouses were, and were very familiar with the routes. In this post-apocalyptic world, they assist others by placing boxes filled with supplies under road signs." Morgan said he was going to a place called the Kingdom in Virginia. Everything is starting anew. In their conversation, Morgan learns he was unintentionally brought here by them. a journey of 400 miles from Texas. Moreover, they managed to avoid a massive storm. Morgan doesn't know how Alicia, John, and the others are faring, despite the brother and sister's belief that the chances of them surviving are slim. Morgan can only temporarily abandon the plan to go to the kingdom and prepare to return to Texas to check on John and the others. The two siblings showed Morgan the way to Texas, where perhaps the bridge is still. Morgan followed their route towards Texas when a fallen tree trunk blocked his path. Morgan had no choice but to walk. On this journey, he sees the traces of the storm's devastation and the boxes under road signs. Morgan opened it and saw that a lot of stuff was missing, which meant that the box was doing its job. I don't know how long he had been walking, but when Morgan came to the bridge he hesitated, remembering the voices of his friends saying goodbye in his head. Morgan wavers. Perhaps going back has no effect. He gives up. Now, he just wants to return to the kingdom and find Rick and the others. Morgan took out his walkie-talkie and contacted the siblings. He said the bridge is broken. Take heed to Virginia. The Wendell siblings and Morgan agreed to meet at a road sign. When Morgan arrives at the designated road sign, he witnesses a scene. Several zombies are chasing a bound person.
Hey, hang on!